Are you picking this up? Good.
There is a very unstable situation on the ground that is unfolding very quickly.
Move toward more ideas that will actually help bring this thing to an end.
Command & Conquer is my absolute favorite RTS franchise of all time. My favorite aspect of the series is that it has no arbitrary restrictions that most RTSs seem to have. My favorite of which is no population cap. I can build as much as I want. The population cap is effectively whatever it takes to crash your computer. I know that's a big deal for competitive games and tournaments, but personally, I prefer having no population cap. I still have some of my physical Command & Conquer stuff, like the Command & Conquer, like the original disc of the first game. Back when I had the Command & Conquer collection there, got Tiberian Sun Firestorm, discs for Command & Conquer Renegade, and we've got Tiberian Sun and open other side, please. There we go. Red Alert 2, and Yuri's Revenge is in a disc somewhere on a stand over there. But and also, back when Command & Conquer 3: Kane's Wrath was being released, I pre-ordered it on the Xbox 360 because I didn't have a computer that could run it at the time. That's changed, and as a pre-order bonus, I got this Kane bobblehead. This was back when pre-order bonuses were cool. Now, I think the battery shipped dead because when I got it, I tried pushing the button and it's supposed to say some quotes from Kane, but nothing happened. It wasn't until 2018, like near the beginning, that I finally replaced the batteries and pushed the button. It said a quote. Great, but then it started another quote and then stopped and doesn't work anymore. Might be just age or something's fried in here just from time, I guess. But because I replaced the batteries right away and it still didn't work, so I guess just from time it's been fried. But still, this was a cool pre-order bonus. So now there's been recent news that EA is partnering with Petroglyph Games to remaster Command & Conquer Tiberium Dawn and Red Alert. And for those of you that don't know, Petroglyph is made up of some of the developers from Westwood Studios, the original creators of Command & Conquer. And they even got the original composer back, and that's awesome. And they said there will be no microtransactions. So with all this combined, the game should turn out awesome. It almost feels as though Kane lives! So, in light of this news, I decided to boot up the original Command & Conquer and compile a list of what I'd like to see addressed in the remastered. I'm not going to be getting into Red Alert. I haven't refreshed my memory on that game yet. So, for the purpose of this video, we're going to just be talking about Tiberium Dawn.
Number 1. Mission structure. there are a few missions that stand out in my mind. First, a Brotherhood of Nod mission. Your objective is to sneak into a GDI base, steal a detonator, and get to extraction. So, initially you might be thinking, okay, this is a stealth mission. And you look at your forces and they're divided into two groups. So, you might be thinking one force might create a distraction, sabotage power and defenses, the other takes out stragglers when forces are drawn away, or something. But look what happens here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit
Got it.
lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit
Yes,
lost.
Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Vehicle recorded.
So you immediately get hit with a small ambush.
Affirmative.
And do make note, there's a lot more tanks down the road. So, it turns out, the most reasonable way to complete this mission is to exploit the flawed AI.
And don't worry, we'll get to the AI.
So, watch
Yes,
this.
sir. Acknowledge. Moving out. Moving out. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Moving out.
Reinforcements have arrived. Mission accomplished.
This was not interesting. This was a waste of time. Now, I get that they probably intended for your larger force to draw majority of the enemy defenders out of the base, while you have your smaller team sneak through the back and steal the detonator. But they could have conveyed that much more clearly. For the remaster, I hope they'll do something to make the two teams maybe work off each other somehow. As is, this mission is uninteresting and frustrating in your first playthrough. Now, for the GDI mission. The briefing tells you, our agent named Delphi has stopped transmitting. Wants you to land on this beach, fight through Nod security, and find Delphi, and if he hasn't been killed yet, find out what he knows. Okay, cool. Sounds like a sort of assault mission. That could be fun. Let's see how this starts.
Reinforcements have arrived.
You land on the beach with 6 grenadiers and an MCV, where 3 turrets are waiting for you, and a light tank is already coming up the beach. You don't have the firepower to deal with the turrets and the light tank, so your best bet is to just run.
On hold.
While you're trying to build up your base, and before you even have the means to fight back, you might be discovered by light tanks, flame troopers, and you're going to be suffering a lot of casualties and delays before you even have the capability of fighting back. Too many missions start as a frustrating test in trial and error. If you don't find the perfect build order for the mission, then completing said mission will take a needlessly long span of time to finish. Maybe for this mission they should extend the beach and start you out somewhere else so you can find a good spot to set up your base. But if you explore a bit, you'll find a beach defended by 3 turrets, and after fighting through them, you'll find the wreckage of an old MCV and a crate of credits. That could be a cool Easter egg as well as a reward for players for exploring. For most missions, once you've built up your forces and defenses, the rest of the mission is trivial. But getting to that point can be a pain. These are just a couple of examples of missions with poor design. And in cases like this, to finish the mission in a reasonable amount of time, you use the sandbag exploit. Which brings us to the next category. Number 2, AI. There are 3 types of walls in the game. First, sandbags, which can be destroyed by a single grenade. Second, chain link fences, which can take a little more damage. Third, concrete walls, which can take the most punishment. However, of all these walls, you only need sandbags. Where the AI will simply punch through chain link fences and concrete walls, the AI becomes completely helpless when met with a line of sandbags.
Construction complete.
I think this is because chain link fences and concrete walls can block projectiles, but sandbags don't.
Construction complete.
So maybe the AI doesn't perceive the sandbags as an obstacle since their projectiles can just shoot right over them. Because of this, an easy exploit is cutting the enemy off from their resources and block the path to your base simply by laying down sandbags.
Affirmative.
Exploits aside, the AI is also incredibly stupid. Sometimes they don't pursue your forces unless you fire back, and when they do attack, it's usually with a small strike force, which by mid to late mission is nothing to you. The AI never adapts to your strategies, and they continue to follow the same failing strategies indefinitely. They mainly get really aggressive when you do damage to their harvester, but even then they don't put up much of a fight once you've built your forces up. Now, even though the AI is stupid, it also cheats. There are a number of things that it can do that you cannot. Where you can only build a new structure in a space adjacent to another structure you already have, the AI can just rebuild a structure in the exact same place where you destroyed them as soon as there's space, regardless of whether or not it has a connecting structure to that spot. That can cause some unnecessary losses simply because the AI built their defenses right behind you. What is also unfair is how during the GDI campaign, you cannot call in an airstrike until you have destroyed all of the Nod SAM sites. While during the Nod campaign, the enemy can bomb you at any time whether or not you have any SAM sites at all.
Our base is under attack.
Some SAM sites are in a position that would require you to fight your way to the back of the enemy base first, rendering the airstrike completely pointless. However, I found that the bombers will prioritize the nearest thing to their base that you own, even if it's just one soldier. I wonder how the conversation between the pilot and the commander went.
Moving out.
Target eliminated, sir.
Good work. Wait. That was plural, right?
No! The pilot is so fired!
Our base is under attack.
Yes, sir. Unit report. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lost.
Yes, sir.
In conclusion, the AI needs to be improved to create a more satisfying experience, but the mission structure needs to be addressed first for a more balanced experience. Thanks for watching! This is the end of part 1. I divided it into parts so the upload wouldn't take a full day to complete, taking long enough as it is for this to finish. I'll be working on part 2 soon, which will cover balance and other technical issues. Feel free to comment on the points listed in this video and on what you'd like to see addressed in C&C Remastered. I for one am really excited to see Command & Conquer make a proper return. Thanks again for watching, and welcome back, Commanders.
Is that camera still running?